And the nominees for Best Director is A. Philip Randolph. A. Philip Randolph brought the gospel of trade unionism to millions of African American households. Randolph led a 10-year drive to organize the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters, BSCP, and served as the organization's first president. The second nominee is Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a Baptist minister and social rights activist in the United States in the 1950s and 60s. He was a leader of the American Civil Rights Movement. He organized a number of peaceful protests as head of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, including the March on Washington of 1963. And the last nominee is Adam Clayton Powell. Adam Clayton Powell is a Baptist pastor and American politician who represented the Harlem neighborhood of New York City in the United States House of Representatives from 1945 until 1971. He was the first African American to be elected from New York to Congress. And can I have the letter for the winner? The winner is Adam Clayton Powell. The next nominees for the Best Original Screenplay is Claudette Colvin. Claudette Colvin is a pioneer of the 1950s civil rights movement and a retired nurse aide. On March 2, 1955, she was arrested at the age of 15 in Montgomery, Alabama, for refusing to give up her seat to a white woman on a crowded, segregated bus. The next nominee is Bayard Rustin. Bayard Rustin was an American civil rights activist who was an advisor to Martin Luther King Jr., and who was the main organizer in the March of Washington in 1963. And the last nominee is Fannie Lou Hamer. Fannie Lou Hamer was a civil rights activist whose passionate depiction of her own suffering in a racist society helped focus attention on the plight of African Americans throughout the South. And can I have the letter for the winner? Thank you. And the winner is Claudette Colvin. And the nominees for the Best Court Case or Legislation, the Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 states that no person in the United States shall, or on the ground of race, color, or national origin, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any program or activity receiving federal finance assistance. The second nominee is Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972. The Education Amendments of 1972 prohibit sex discrimination in any educational program or activity receiving federal finance assistance. And our final nominee is Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. The Rehabilitation Act of 1973 forbids organizations and employers from excluding or denying individuals with disabilities and equal opportunity to receive program benefits and services. It defines the rights of individuals with disabilities to participate in and have access to program benefits and services. And the letter, please. The winner is Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964.